And we're here for the conclusion of Seaman's journal. Columbia River, March 23rd, 1806. We are back on the river and heading home. April 1806, so a month later. I was kidnapped by the Chinook, but my wonderful master sent 3 men to rescue me. He told them to shoot if necessary to get me back, but they let me go. I am glad to be back guarding my master. Bitterroot Mountains, May 1806. So you're hearing some of the same locations because now they're heading back, so they're going to go back the way that they came. The snow in the mountains is still deep, and we had to turn back. For several days, we stayed with the friendly Walla Wallas. Then we found the Nez Perce. They welcomed us, fed us, and returned the horses that we had left with them. They will guide us through the mountains as they did when we first crossed this land. Missouri River, August 12, 1806. Lewis and Clark split our corps into 2 parties to explore the Louisiana Purchase territory. It was hard for both groups. Lewis was hurt and Clark's horses were stolen. We were glad when we were reunited. At the end of June, we said goodbye to the Bitterroot Mountains. We also said goodbye to Charbonneau and Sacagawea. Now Lewis and I walk the riverbank as usual, but I miss Sacagawea and Little Pomp. St. Charles, Missouri, September 21st, 1806. The whole town turned out to greet us. They thought we had died in the wilderness. We didn't die. We have been on our greatest adventure ever. Lewis will send a long report to President Jefferson about the Indian tribes, plants, and animals we discovered. Clark has mapped the lands we crossed. And I, Seaman, have brought my wise, brave, and dedicated master safely home. So this here is a recipe for Sacagawea's pemmican. I'm going to make a copy of that and upload it into Seesaw. You can look it over, see if you might like that or not. You could even try to make it if you'd like to. So again, look for the response in the activities tab for today's reading. And I'm going to show you very quickly the map here. So I need to turn this so I can see it. So they started in Pennsylvania here. And this is the route that they took up here through Oregon, and at the time it wasn't called Oregon though, and to the Pacific Ocean. So that was the route that they took, that President Jefferson sent them on. And they were successful because he asked them to find a route to the Pacific Ocean, and that's what they did. So there you go. I hope you learned something from this. I think it was presented in a really fun way from Seaman's point of view. So thank you again for listening. You are great learners.